the 61st president of our great institute, Malam Haruna Iman Yahaya, MNI PhD. I hope he's on the call or probably represented. We welcome you here today, sir. The district convener, but before then, I will also honor our distinguished council members present on the call. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your presence. And then our district convener, Mr. Biodun Adedeji. You're welcome here today, sir. Thank you for actually convening this particular program. My professional colleagues and fellow district chairmen, Ifako-Ijaiye District Society chairman, Mrs. Okay. And is chairman of Obio Akpor District Society. We welcome you here today. Thank you for keying into this program. Also, I want to specially and respectfully welcome the fathers of our districts and the patrons. Thank you for joining the call today. Thank you for being part of this. Also, I want to welcome our fellow members of this great institute, both the FCAs and the ACAs. We thank you. Thank you for being part of this beautiful and wonderful institution. Also here, I want to welcome our prospective members, the students of ATWA, ATS, and the students of ICAN at large to this particular forum. Thank you very much for joining the call. It is with a heart full of professional pride and immense joy that I welcome you all to this landmark session. As the pioneer chairman of Lagelu and District Society, I am very honored to stand before you as we gather to deliberate on the theme that is of the very bedrock of our existence, that is building strong governance for newly established district society. We are not just gathered here to discuss administrative procedures. We are here to discuss the soul of our district. In Lagelu, we have always believed that for a new society to thrive, it must move beyond the excitement of its inauguration and settle for the discipline of institutional governance. Today, we have the privilege of hosting esteemed chairmen from 3 different districts. This assembly is a testament to the collaborative spirit of ICAN. We are here to share our war stories, our triumphs, such as our collective effort in securing our secretariat building in Lagelu and District Society, and the strategic frameworks that ensure our districts survive long after our tenure ends. To our guests here today, please consider Lagelu your home today. Feel at home. To our members, let this be a day of deep planning. And I want to encourage everyone to engage robustly in the panel discussions, for it is through this exchange of ideas that we strengthen the pillars of our noble profession. So on behalf of the Executive Committee and the entire membership of the Lagelu and District Society, I formally welcome you. Let us build, let us learn, and let us lead. I want to say thank you very much, and God bless you. And God bless the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Amen.
Thank you so much, Chief Mrs. Omokemi Oladipo, for that very warm welcome to our distinguished guests today. Just like it has been mentioned to us, it is an opportunity for 3 districts to share insights and their perspectives with respect to running a district and how we can put in place a very, very strong structure that will stand the test of time and, of course, outlive every member of these districts. And it's a thing of pride that we have amongst us a council member and, of course, our coordinators across the 3 districts that will give us the lead paper presentation for today. Once again, Chief Mrs., thank you for that. A warm welcome. At this juncture, I'd like to bring forward to give us an insight into the session of today and the objectives that has been laid out. I'd like to bring forward Mrs. Florence Akinsola, the pioneer chairman of ICAN Ifako-Ijaiye and District Society of ICAN. Madam, kindly unmute your microphone and you have the floor, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I want to recognize the president of ICAN, Malam Aruna, MNI, PhD, FCA. And next, I want to also recognize Mr. Biodun Adedeji, who is the convener of the 3 districts. And I would also like to recognize all patrons of districts here present, also our distinguished council members here present, fellow pioneer chairmen here present, past and present chairmen of districts, revered elders of our institutes, professional colleagues, and all other invited guests on this call. I want to thank you for joining us. The theme of today's webinar, Setting the Foundation Right, was born from one hard truth, which is when a district starts without governance, it spends years recovering. But when a district starts with governance, it starts years of, it's begin to spend years of growing. As the pioneer chairman of Ifako-Ijaiye and District Society, I'm honored to be here with you this morning. We moved from 123 financial members in Ifako-Ijaiye with 0 naira in May 2025 to over 300 financial members at handover dates today. That didn't happen by chance. It happened because we laid the foundation, 5 pillars on one day from the day one. And those 5 pillars are: 1, constitutional order, financial integrity, member value, stakeholders legitimacy, and institutional memory. So what are we here for? What is our objective in the next 90 minutes or thereabouts? It's simple: to give every new district here a clear practical roadmap to avoid early mistakes and replicate the mistake results. In this technical session, Mr. Biodun Adedeji, FCA, we align our field experience with ICAN bylaws and strategic plan. Then in the panel, my fellow pioneer chairman and I, we show you exactly how we opened audit-proof bank accounts, ran MCPDs that paid for themselves, secured secretariats, and handed over districts stronger than we met them. You will leave with the pioneer chairman's 2 kits, templates you can use anytime, because at ICAN, great districts are not born, they are built deliberately. So what going to handle, they are built deliberately, document by document and accounts by accounts. This transformative webinar is a flagship initiative by our coordinator and convener of the 3 achiever pioneer chairmen, Mr. Biodun Adedeji, FCA, to equip newly established ICAN District Society with a governance blueprint for long-term institutional success. The core problem that new districts have is that over 40% of new ICAN districts struggle within their first 3 years due to weak structures, no audited accounts, poor succession, member apathy, and institutes compliance gap. This damages the ICAN brand and limits our impact. The solution is here, setting the foundation right. This brings together 3 proven pioneer chairmen who built thriving districts from ground zero. We will share battle-tested systems, not theory. The program is as follows. Our opening, Mrs. Omokemi has already given the opening and recognized our key stakeholders and established why governance is the lifeline of district relevance. Session 2, which will bring in, as Pioneer Chairman Ifako-Ijaiye and District Society, I would define clear objectives to give every new district a practical governance roadmap, audit-proof financial systems, and succession tools that outlive any school. The third technical session, Mr. Biodun Adedeji would, is a council member and our coordinator and convener of the 3 districts. He would deliver the lead paper. He would anchoring our experiences to ICAN bylaw, financial regulations, and strategic plans. And the fourth discussion will be by the 3 pioneer chairman. Okay, the 3 pioneer chairman will unpack the 5 pillars of the foundation using real case study. Lagelu district would give its own practical experience and the community impact, which will be presented by Chief Mrs. Oladipo. Ifako-Ijaiye district will give practical experience of starting from 123 financial members with 0 naira, and in 2025 May to over 300 financial members to hand over. And then Mrs. Chioma, Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ojukwu of Obio Akpor District would also present her practical experience of how she achieved success in the pioneer year and member retention. The 5th item on the agenda is the interactive session of question and answer. So members will be given opportunity to ask questions and there will be ready answers. So our mantra here is that great districts are not born, they are built deliberately, documents by documents and accounts by account. The session closes with appreciation by Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ojukwu, FCA, reinforcing our collective commitment. We will hand over stronger districts than we met it. God bless you all and God bless ICAN. Thank you.
A big thank you to Mrs. Florence Akinsola for giving us an insight into what today's session seeks to unpack. Without wasting further time, we're going to the core of today's engagement, and that is the technical session. Of course, our lead speaker is no stranger to everyone on this call, is no other than the cerebral and seasoned professional and strategic thinker, Mr. Biodun Hezekiah Adedeji, a member of the ICAN Council and the coordinator of these 3 districts. Today, we'll be delivering to us the lead paper on the theme that has been mentioned earlier and, of course, rehashed in the course of the welcome address and the insights just provided to us by Mrs. Florence Akinsola. It's my privilege to bring onto the microphone our revered council member and our coordinator, Mr. Biodun Hezekiah Adedeji, FCA. The floor is open to you, sir.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me first of all recognize in absentia our 61st president, Dr. Oyebade, members of presidency, and distinguished council member present here, past zonal chairmen across Nigeria, and I can see one of our leaders, the president of MFP, Dr. Prince Oyebade Oyedepo, MLP Group. And I want to sincerely congratulate you for that beautiful outing on Tuesday, on Wednesday, April 29, where you gathered accountants from all over Nigeria under one roof to present the magnet, a journal of an academic repute. Thank you, Dr. Prince, for what you are doing for the Institute. And I want to also thank all my colleagues who are here. I want to thank you. This morning, we are looking at my slide is just 10 slides. So you don't need a slide more, you need more of the discussion. And I'll go straight to setting the foundation right, building strong governance. What do we mean by, how do we set the foundation right? Number one is for you to get a core fundamentals right before you can build further. Once you don't get core fundamentals right, you cannot build further. And I try to bring up an example. You cannot build lasting success on a very weak base. There are so many organizations where you look at them, you are very sure that this work cannot go. You will know because the foundation is wrong. And pioneer matters. Like every individual of us, parents that give birth to us matters in many ways to shape our life. Once the father is weak, it will take extra grace of God for parents from such a father to be strong. I take an example of the founder of modern Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. He was born in 1923 and died in 2015. And this is the first Prime Minister of Singapore from 1959 to 1990. And this is a country I've been to almost 5 times now. And when I tell you that many things that we complain about in Nigeria are also happening in that country. Yet, what differentiates them between us is leadership. Let me give you an example. The country has 100 members in parliament. And as we speak this morning, as at April 10, 11, 12, 13 that I was in that country, I was told that they have 100 members of parliament. And 93 are from the main political party. And 7 are in opposition. And they've been in opposition since 1965. One beautiful thing that we have to take from that angle is that you can choose to be in an opposition and yet be in the right direction. It's not compulsory that everybody must be with the main rulers or the right party. But the beautiful of it is that what kind of opposition? Please, let's mute ourselves. We beg. Please, let's mute ourselves. Let's mute ourselves, please. Somebody. Who is this man in football? So, thank you. Now, you can choose to be in an opposition and still perform. We are also told that if the president or the prime minister of the Singapore takes a bill to the parliament, within 10 minutes, the thing is approved. Because if it's not approved, whoever opposes it at the parliament will not be allowed to win election in the next cycle. And I ask myself, this is not different from what is happening in Nigeria, but what differentiates us is leadership. Is leadership. And the question is that, what are the core fundamentals that Singapore got right? It is education. Setting the foundation right means building so solid that everything else holds up later. The kind of district that we build will largely depend on who is the pioneer chairman. It will take a decade for you to have a chairman that will change so largely from the pioneer chairman, because the subsequent chairman will believe that the pioneer chairman, what he or she is doing is what is right. That is why I want to appreciate and thank God Almighty for the leadership of Ifako-Ijaiye, Lagelu, and Obio Akpor. And as I continue, we discuss how those three districts came into being, and they have not disappointed ICAN as a family. Let me also give you another example. The richest countries in the world is Luxembourg. The three top safest countries in the world are Luxembourg, Singapore, and Switzerland. As we speak, Switzerland has 7-member federal executives, and they consider them as equal. And each one out of the 7 rule the country for only 1 year and change it to another person. Only 1 year. They are just 7. And they rotate the leadership for only one. You can't spend more than 1 year out of the 7. And all the 7 will rule the country. And for anybody who has opportunity to be in Switzerland, it's a country to also behold. This was a country that you are on the road, and for talking about 3,000 square meters, 3,000 square meters on the road, the underground is shopping mall. The road is on the top of the shopping mall. And this is also leadership. So for our district, we have our district may be from the same ICAN family, but what we distinguish a district from another is leadership. You can spend your 1 year, the 1 year is just like an ice cream. It melts. The day you start, the ice cream start melting. How do you build a right foundation? The first one is to identify the core values and purpose. Last year, we had a lot of these societies being established. It was not just established for establishing sake. And I must give appreciation to the Council of ICAN at that time, led by Chief Oladipo. Why? Having new this society has brought out so many hidden talent. For example, my own vision about my own life is to impact people. The only thing I know how to do is to talk, to raise leaders. That's just what I love doing. And there's no way I can raise leader without having a platform to raise those leaders. So when Chivalry and the council came up with a vision to bring out other people from their hidden places to outside, I also key into it. And the core value is to build leaders. When you are a right leader, you will think right. And when you think right, you will make legitimate money. You will make legitimate money. But once you are not a right leader, within and outside yourself, you will follow others. And you will only be complaining about the economy. You will not see the indices that can help you to make money. So we have to identify our core values. What is the core value of ICAN? Integrity, objectivity, about 5 core values that we have. And we have our mission. We have our objectives. So produce a world-class chartered accountant. You ask yourself, am I a world-class? How do I build a world-class district? I need to build a world-class district by going out to meet world-class people. Build system, not just goals. Build system, not just goals. That's why I spoke about Switzerland. And the next question you ask yourself, what do the best countries do in setting foundation? The first thing to do is to put processes in place that work even when motivation drops. Because we are in a society that nobody is ready to motivate anybody. It is you that you must motivate yourself. Because people don't want you to even make it anyway. And the only way they can draw you back is to do things that will make you to be complaining. So rather than for you to move up, you will be complaining. And 1 year will finish. When I became the chairman of Ibadan, everything, I don't want to mention name, everything about administration was handed over to one of our revered past chairmen. I handed everything. Why? I became the chairman of Ibadan, but I only knew 1/3 because it's a very large district. I only knew 1/3 of the district society members. So it's very difficult for me to appoint committees. That is the truth. I asked all the district members to submit their area of the committee. And they submitted those who are interested in committee. And you will also agree with me that not everybody will fill that form. It depends on how busy they are. I collected the form, I took it to the ESCO. And I want to avoid selfishness, putting people who will not work. And I took the entire list to a revered past chairman. And some people don't know why I'm too close to that revered past chairman. I asked him, please look at this committee. You have been in this position. Sir, help me choose those whom you work, whom you think will work, including exam committee. And I left it. I concentrated on other areas, not to use 3 months of my tenure to be a collating committee member. And by the time he finished, and he gave me the bill, he gave me the list. He didn't touch anything. Just took it to the ESCO, and ESCO approved. But for each committee, I have 2 other people that will work in case the committee fails. And that processes allow me to get people with skill. And when you discover people with skill, you invest in them. The moderator of this program this morning, I got to know him about 3 days ago. But he knows me very well. He has been coordinating Lagelu, but I've never seen him, or I've seen him, I don't know him. But Lagelu chairman just introduced him to me on phone, and I spoke to him, and I told him, draft an agenda. This guy drafted the agenda. When I saw the agenda, I didn't correct a comma. If there are no Lagelu, there's possibility for me not to discover this guy. And I felt so happy within myself. And this is what we call people and skill. So for me now, if I want to have a program, I'm being relieved I've gotten a guy who can develop an agenda. Now, as the pioneer chairman, how many people have you invested in? How many new skills have you been able to discover as you're rounding off? If you have not been able to invest in people and no new skill has been discovered, then you are not handing over a very good foundations district. It is when you get, there's 3 guys in Lagelu that each time I want to take some decisions, I need to call them, even my personal life. And these guys, we want to do anything, we just give them and they know what to do. Ojukwu is there, Oyedepo is there, Ijaiye is there. This guy knew how to package everything and you'll be happy. So it is now my responsibilities to continue mentoring them. And when you look at the speeches delivered by Chief Omokemi Oladipo and Chief Mrs. Akinsola, apart from that, they are very top at their different echelon, you will see professionalism in those papers. In fact, they've said it all. There's nothing they want to discuss as panelists on. The paper they deliver is what they are going to we are going to discuss. Get governance right. Get governance right. Clear roles, accountability. Addition. I remember vividly Mr. Akinsola, the pioneer chairman of Ifako-Ijaiye, has to be on my neck for us to have a retreat where policy and procedures of others for Ifako-Ijaiye was developed and approved. He made presentations. Executive made presentations. We had to sit down in one hotel in Ikeja try to come up with the policies. So I won't be surprised. And I was not surprised when that district was getting an award at ANC. We discussed succession planning. The person knew who is to be what is to be what. I remembered vividly that I had to cut my journey short. And I remember vividly that we had to be in that hotel for good 3 days. And early in the morning, I had to travel out of the country. I also remember vividly in November, we had another webinar that I was in transit. And I remember our past president, Oladipo, IPP, was also on that platform. Getting the governance right. In your district, do you have policy? And your policy must be subjected to the district bylaw. How many of you understand the district bylaw? When last have you read it? Can you say every provisions? Many of us are chairmen who are not prepared at all, who are just vice chairman, and by virtue of the law, we became the chairman. The only thing we can touch, we can say, we can point to is that we hold our statutory meetings. No other things. No other things. Some of us again, is that we keep on. My case, how do you build on a right foundation? I've spoken about 5 now, 6. Start small, test and iterate. Start small, test and iterate. Many of us, we try to build 10-story building on a foundation that can only take 1 story. How do you do that? We keep on developing ideas in our dream. And we develop the idea for 6 months. By 7 months, ICAN election is knocking the door. Then we begin to hand over. The reason why we have the vice chairman, who knows that he or she will be the next chairman, is for him to use 1 year while he was the vice chairman to prepare for the work. If you want to prepare when you become the chairman, you have already failed. You have already failed. When I was the vice chairman in Ibadan, I made it very clear to myself. Number 1, the rented apartments, we have spent about 20-something years in the rented apartment. Number 2, the building is old. Number 3, you need to climb the staircase. There is no lift. Number 4, when we were holding S committee as the vice chairman, I wanted to use the toilet. I couldn't use it. Very dirty. And while I was in the toilet, I made up my mind that, no, when I become the chairman, we must have a building of our own, and we must move it there. And I will tell you, I'm talking about start small, test, and iterate. Our leaders, our past chairmen, they've already bought the land, already fenced. In fact, the money that we used to acquire the land was realized from the first Western Zonal Conference. First, the sharing of profit that was given to Ibadan. At that time, the conference chairman was Prince Oyedepo. That sharing of profit was used to purchase that land. That would be in 2007. And I became the chairman 17 years after. So it means the land was there for 17 years. So when I became the chairman, I told you, I don't concentrate on things that I know they are routine. What's my business with setting up committee? In fact, most of the governors that we really disturb my administrations was transferred. I can't sleep in the night without calling that past chairman. But some of you, you think your past chairman, they are controlling you. You don't want to talk to them. You identify the good ones among them, and you get closer to that person. Let them abuse you that you are too loyal, that you are his boy. It is your year. If you get to another today, it's my name that is there. Not, I mean. So I came up with the idea that we must have a building. And I also made up my mind that I was not going to ask money from people that we used to ask money from. And I embarked on courtesy visits. I visited over 50 organizations within Ibadan metropolis. And I asked myself, what we are going to do is to build, because we want to build one-story building. Start small, test, and iterate. Proof that that foundation you are laying is working before you can expand. Don't expand when you are not too sure that the foundation you are laying is working. When I was doing the courtesy visit, money started flowing. I started receiving money from University of Ibadan, from Poly Ibadan. Those are institutions that would never give you more than 500,000, but they were giving 1 million. 10 million from Oyo State government. I said, this thing is looking like this. Okay. I could have made the mistake of my life because I've got getting money, because the architect has given me the drawing to start and say, because I want to build one-story building, let me have one-story building, let me have the one-story building once and for all. Is the probability of not completing it will be very high. And that's the mistake we made. Six steps that you must take when you are setting up a strong foundation. Get clear. What problem are you solving? If you cannot explain it, it means the base is shaking. I'll still go back to that building because it is a practical example. The problem I want to solve is that I don't want ICAN Ibadan to continue staying in rented apartments. I'm not selfish about it. So what I was looking for, after I've secured the architectural drawing of a one-story building, hall down, 4 offices down, hall, bigger hall up, 3 offices up, toilets in each of the floor. I have those architectural drawings. But remember, the problem I want to solve is moving Ibadan out of that old building. The next thing is resource audit. My time is just 2 years. And during the course visit, I've spent about 7 months out of the first year. At that time, chairman I was the last to spend 2 years as chairman. So remaining 5 months for me. Money. I know that the highest income that Ibadan make, or Ibadan made at that time, was 1.8 million, 1.3 million from Mana subscription, 500,000 from Mana from ICAN. That is the highest we can go. And the budget of the building was 15 million. So there's no way. But I have people My ESCO were with me. Most especially out of the River Pass chairman, I have Prince Oyedepo, I have Alhaji Dauda, I have DK Aishidon. But all these ones, they are still being led by Prince Oyedepo. So, after I've shared my dream with them, I said, no, you just have to move out of that. So, the remaining 5 months for me, I know if I didn't complete it, then the other chairman coming will complete it. So, what I did was, let me limit myself to the ground floor. I will deck the ground floor. And we'll be moving. Distinguished professional. We face the ground floor. We deck the ground floor December 31. I remember that day. December 31 of my first year as chairman. We put windows there. And by January or February, we moved in to uncompleted building, but only as the window, the door, inside was plastered. We have our office. We moved. So I have achieved the first one. It will be difficult for any chairman that would take over from me and say, because the building is not completed, let's move out to rented apartment. Nobody will accept that for him. So if you are living and you do not do what is necessary, your incoming chairman will change everything you have done. And your memory will be erased. You will just be shouting. You will just be fighting. Because you caused it. You caused it. My next slide is common foundation mistakes to avoid. Rushing. Anything you rush to do, you make mistake. God Almighty, who created heaven and earth, we were taught that everything he created were day by day. In fact, at the point of creating men or women, he called his people, come, let's create a man in our image. That is God who created us. That is God who created us. But many of you, you want to do things on your own. Avoid rushing. Even and I put it, concrete needs time to cure. If you don't allow your concrete to cure, what happened to that building? It will collapse. It's possible for me to say, okay, the architect has given me a drawing. Let me follow architect's drawing. But if I follow the architect drawing, will I be able to achieve my objective? How do you feel if your friend comes to you and tells you that you should borrow him money, that he has borrowed money from bank, and he needed to pay, and you should borrow him? You yourself know that if you give that kind of a man money, you can't get your money back again. Somebody who borrows bank's money and fail, if you borrow your own, you can never return it. He can never. The current chairman of Ibadan, 25th chairman of Ibadan, was my treasurer at that time. A lady. We are 5 and 6. I will call her at night. Fumi, how much do we have? Give me a budget. We will sit down, scale, let's scale this one, let's scale this one, let's scale this one down. We were running the district as we were running an organization. Let me also give you an example. In my community, at the airport in Ibadan, I became the overall chairman of that community, where we have about 30 other sub-communities within the airport area. And we can't be less than 500,000 in that suburb. Ibadan is a very big place. And somebody walked up to me and said, Chairman, sir, we do not have hospital in this area. Before you finish your tenure, we want to have an hospital. Let's have an hospital. Yeah. After the man left, I thought of what he said. And I said, okay, how do I go about it? I started for 4 years, couldn't get donors, couldn't get anybody, but it was part of our mind. One day, we got a call from a local government that Argon, they wanted to build primary health care center for each local government, make for 774 local governments in Nigeria during Jonathan administration. Oh, and we have applied for land at FAN in Lagos. They've granted us the land. So, yeah, we have a land. That's how they started the hospital. After some time, they left, they abandoned. They didn't even finish the block work. Bush overtook the place. Started writing letters to Argon. Each time I go to Abuja, I will drop to Argon, I will drop to Minister for Health, I will drop to a National Primary Health Care Agency in Abuja. They didn't send me, I'll just do my own. One day, a staff of Oyo State Primary Health Care Center came and said, because when you have your goal and you are following it, you will get skill to implement. And as long as you have the character, and the character means being honest with what you are doing. That one just came and said, you this guy, you these people, this community, have a small primary health care center. Build it yourself, small one, not more than 1 or 2 rooms. Then we give you a nurse. The remaining 1 year for me to finish my 4-year tenure. And I asked myself, will I finish my tenure without a foundation? And I know if I finish my tenure without that foundation, that will be the end of the community CDA. Because we are other 30 will just go on their own independently. Because they will ask themselves a question: why should we have a central one? What is the like any Nigerian? What is the benefit of having a central CDA? Let everybody be on their own diary. I just told my wife, I said, I will ask community leaders to meet. We met, and I was shocked. People started donating blocks, cement, paint, and within 6 months, we were able to build 3-bedroom that looked like an health center. But when I was leaving, I was close to the immediate past Alaafin very, very well. So I invited him. He came to about 10 of us to commission that building. By the time I left, Oyo State brought 1 nurse to that place. And they now named the building after me after I left. Distinguished colleagues, 2 years after, all those letters that I've sent to Minister for Health, to National Primary, start getting results. I was in my house when a contractor rushed to my house. Called my number and said, please, Mr. Adedeji, I'm just coming from EFCC Biodun. I've collected money for this contract and I've spent it. You are the only one who can follow me. I said, I cannot follow you. I did petition to the FCC. Said the Minister for Health sent letter to the FCC, and the FCC said I should come. to come and put him out whether he has completed it. I said, you have not completed it. How did I put? To close on short, the contract was re-awarded. And they finished that hospital inside the airport. As I speak to you this morning, UCH has taken over the hospital. If I did not, as a chairman, do something, small thing, there will not be a bigger one that UCH will take charge. Almost 12 years I've left as a chairman. They continue. They have a board of directors. They've invited me and said, I'm too busy, just don't bother. Another one that can make foundation mistakes is when there is no maintenance. Even when you have a very strong foundation, you must have drainage. You must have drainage. And what is the maintenance? Oversight function, advisory. You as the pioneer chairman, you are the foundation of your district. And you must be a mother and father to them. You are the drainage. You have built a strong foundation. And in the course of discharging your duties, you must not be overbearing. There are so many decisions in Lagelu that they don't carry me along, go. Unless it's very critical. The chairman is here. Even some, she will tell me, she carried me along. I said, when? Or maybe I didn't. Because you cannot have two drivers in a vehicle. She is the pioneer chairman. I shouldn't be found to be interfering in the day-to-day administration. Unless Mrs. Akinsola called me from Ifako-Ijaiye. I've never asked her, what are you doing there? That is not my business. And that shouldn't be my business. We have set the foundation. They are the ones to continue to maintain that foundation. The best we can offer them is advisory. And bottom line of any foundation is clarity. Any line that does not have clarity, before you can have a good bottom line, you must have clarity, you must have system, you must have character, and you must be patient. That's why I say rushing. You can't rush. You can't rush. When we finished when we moved into that house in Ibadan, then we got to the time rain came. I know we did deck concrete. There is no way, if it rains, that the thing will not be leaking. No way. Because there was no roof. The storeroom where we pack books, anytime we have rain, the thing will stop. I mean, but we cannot move out again. That's what I want to achieve. And I did not go ahead to go and be doing chairman's office. No. I didn't do chairman's office. That was not my intention. My intention was, let's move from rent apartments. Let's move from rent apartment. And we have moved from rent apartment. Every other thing that I achieved is by His grace. It's additional. It's not part of my plan. It's not part of the thing I wanted to achieve. The original plan is that let's move from rented apartment. Then, if I live as a chairman, whoever becomes a chairman, no matter how bad the person is, there's no way, nobody will accept from that bad person that we should go back to rented apartment. Rather, they will tell him to improve on the building. That's what they call foundation. But if I had used all the money to build one-story building, and I cannot roof it, and we didn't move in throughout my tenure, it's possible that till this morning, Ibadan might not have a building of its own.
It's possible. It's possible. It was on that building that we were holding meeting, and we were to have I think that was my second year. We were to have 50 years anniversary of established Ibadan. During one of our monthly meetings, Obio Akpor came for that meeting, and he saw that building, and he said he will call some of his friends to help us to donate certain things for us. And that donation, we added to it. That was what we used to roof the final floor. In order to cover, hear my word, we now roof the final floor in order to prevent the decking from raining. And that's why we stop raining. We are going forward. Shortly after we roof, as if people started giving us money. People started giving us money. That's how we completed the Secretariat in Ibadan. I didn't use one office there. I didn't buy any furniture there at all. I only completed the building, commissioned it, and I left. Today, they have a 500 kVA. Today, I mean, is it 500 or 50 kVA? I think 50 kVA or 30 kVA. Today, they have AC in all the hall. The current chairman has just installed solar. That is building on foundation. When we talk about strong institutions, that we call strong institution. But assuming there's no building they want to build on. The chairman of 23rd of chairman, what she did was to buy a bus. As the pioneer chairman, and as we are going, the coming chairman, and for the person you want to hand it over to, essential qualities that you must be sure that the person has. Number one, a true sense of responsibility. Somebody who do not shift blames on another. Somebody who try to find best solution to suit the needs of everybody. Even in your personal life, if you are not a responsible father or responsible mother, you cannot be a responsible leader. For somebody who is not a responsible parent, means the person is selfish. And when you see a man who is not truly responsible at all, he will cleverly share the blame on his wife and vice versa. But when you see somebody with a high level of responsibility, he will always try to find best solution. Some people, they are not, it's not that maybe they are not wise, but they just accommodate insults in order for peace to reign. Not because they don't know what to say. Communication skill. You must have high level of communication. You cannot be a leader who does not listen. Somebody whom you know is going to fail, you still listen to him. But you must not, but it is you that you know you will not hand over sensitive assignments to him or her because you know it's going to fail. Transparency and honesty. We are in a country or in a society that we do not trust ourselves again. That's the truth. The led don't trust the leader. The leader don't trust the led. In that in this type of our environment, it is difficult to succeed. But for you, know within yourself that you are transparent and honest. Just know within yourself. Don't bother about other people's perception about you. Don't worry, don't worry. So many times, you find out that people have nailed you based on other people's comment about you. They have nailed you. They've said a lot of, oh, he's a thief. He's a 419. The person saying it has never interacted with you. He doesn't know you. But it's a deliberate attempt to malign you and bring you down. Don't bother yourself. I'm telling you this morning, that is part of our DNA in this environment. What you need to do as a leader, within yourself, be transparent and honest. Once you are transparent and honest, because the reason why they want to malign you is they want to frustrate you. And part of the frustration is that you'll be defending what is not defendable. Because those whom they are telling, or those whom they are discussing your things with, if they are like them, they will believe them. Ask them, where is the evidence? You won't see them again. The only area where you cannot operate is if you are not the leader. If you are not a leader in a place, and you cannot leave the place, and if the organization fails, it is not your headache, your name is not going to be part of it, you can move out at any time. Better keep quiet and leave them. Don't fight a fight you cannot win. Me, I have fought a fight. I won one. I won the most important aspect of it. I lost less significant. So you must measure your fight so that you don't lose the significant ones. Emotional intelligence. Any pioneer chairman going now who is not an institutional leader, shortly after 1 or 2 years, they will not remember his or her name again. As a pioneer chairman in your new district, you are giving birth to a baby. And you will ever be pioneer chairman in Keynote. But they can forget you if you don't have emotional intelligence, because people will still come back to you and you must not let them down. You must be emphatic, caring, and good with them. Not only with the money, but be objective. Be aware that that your leadership starts when you leave May 31. Not you have not seen anything, because it will refer to you. But if you are selfish while you are in office, and your thought was that when I leave, the wahala is too much, I don't want them to trouble me again. What you have succeeded in doing is that you give birth to a baby and you abandon the baby. And when the glory of the baby comes, it too will not invite you. And nobody prays to work without getting reward for it. Nobody prays for it. So think about it. We have some pioneer chairmen that are not remembered again because they don't have emotional intelligence. As I speak to you, if I tell you the story of Ifako-Ijaiye, it's only Mr. Akinsola and myself who can give that full story. What's supposed to be a serious crisis within the Western Zone turned to be a positive relationship. And that's what gave birth to Ifako-Ijaiye. I don't know who's going to write book on that between myself and Mrs. Akinsola. Was supposed to be a big crisis turned to be a positive relationship. And I do not regret of meeting that the woman of substance. The same thing for Lagelu. And I must start with Oyedepo. When we spoke about it, said, okay, let's allow other people to grow. Don't let them get stuck in the battle. We faced war. And here is today. Obio Akpor, Dr. Chioma, even when Ife was to be formed, it was in the retreat of Lagelu District. I don't know why Mr. Oyebade is on this platform. But today, Ife is there. Creativity and proactivity. As a pioneer chairman, you must be proactive. You must observe and observe so that you can know what to say at the right time. You know that some of us, especially in Lagelu now, if there's any issue between the chairman and our ESCO, assuming there's any issue, there's no cooperation. The chairman will quickly say, is Mr. Adedeji. If it is the chairman, the ESCO will say, Mr. Adedeji is supposing the chairman. So it is now my warrior's responsibility to ensure that I listen to A, I listen to B, and I try to have a common ground, a mid ground. The day I begin to follow one dogmatically, I become a blind person. You must understand key people in your district. When they bring a case to you that you must quickly call, I know them in Lagelu. In Ifako-Ijaiye, and first of all, ask Mr. Akinsola, what is the problem? And we thank God there's no problem in those districts. Same for Obio Akpor and so many of our districts. So you as the pioneer chairman, you are taking that lead. And you must have a problem-solving skill. Don't ignore problem. Don't deny problem. Don't behave as if you don't see problem. Embrace it. If you have a chairman, I don't want to mention names of politicians, but you know what is happening in Lagos State. How many of you know? You can see the position of loyalty. You can see position of emotional intelligence. I have some leaders, even if you did this profession, that I cannot go beyond their steps. I cannot. Why? I do not make myself. God makes me, and some people assist me. Who are those people? I must know them. If they peradventure want to close their door, I better allow them to close it, not to fight them, so that God can open new one. But if I begin to fight them, they will close the door, God will close his own. Then I will not be useless. God forbid that. must have emotional intelligence. You must know the fight you want to fight. The reason why lion do not stay more than 10 years, the male lion, is because for every problem he sees, he must roar. He must roar, he must roar. The power that's supposed to contain, he will use it to. But see tortoise. If you carry tortoise, he will not fight you. Once you drop it, he will thank God. Thank you, he has brought me to the house again. Because if you bring house, you are going to feed him. That's why they can live for 300 years. It's not every fight you fight. It's not every fight you fight. As a leader, you can't fight everybody. Because they are there, that's why you are a leader. And as a follower, there are some leaders you can never, you can't win the fight. You cannot. So the incoming chairman must know. If you want to supplant your pioneer chairman, somebody coming behind you will also supplant you. We also supplant you. We also supplant you. When I was in paid employment, it took me 7 years to plan to fight. And for that 7 years I was fighting, I was very clear in my mind that that organization cannot change because the foundation is fundamentally wrong. But I need to do the fight to make my position known. Because of my fighting there, I didn't go and beg anybody, either directly or indirectly. While the fighting was going on, I was developing my own economic power. I was trying to see what I can be doing. And I started practicing what I can be doing on my own. Because I know the fight will lead to somewhere. Like every Nigerian, the power that be will tell you they don't want you again. So,
Okay.
Madam, please mute yourself now. So, and when I finished the fight, God took me and restored me better. So, you can do some fights. You must measure the fight. Lion don't measure the fight. If lion see a small animal, you will fight it. See big animal, you will fight it. The power that is supposed to contain, you will fight everybody, you will shout. Our life will not be like life of lion. Though it's a king, but has a shorter life. How do you develop your team? And that'll be the last slide. It's almost gone. Your tenure will end in the next 30 days. But after your tenure, that is when you start your job. And the job is you have to build a team and nourish it. Allow them to test the idea, encourage failure, create environment. Let your team have their autonomy. For the fact that I'm in Lagelu does not mean that I must laud the chairman. I don't do it. And the chairman is here. The ESCO is here. Communicate with your team. Don't hold any secrets. Don't leave people behind. What do you want to get from holding this secret? Keep a balance between professionalism and friendship. But do a program that will make your people, bonding easier. Do a program. I was talking on Wednesday about Dr. Oyedepo that, look, we start MFP for the purpose of defending the ICAN Act. And from there, WhatsApp group. From there, MFP was registered with CAC. From there, we are launching magazine. That is bonding. That is bonding. At your district. Take it beyond monthly meeting. You can organize a retreat. People outside Nigeria on your own. It doesn't take you anything. There's no way, maybe about 5, 6, 7 have had calls to take by members in Lagelu, few 1 or 2 or 3 of them to outside the country. Keep a balance with professionalism and friendship. When I'm doing Christmas in my house, you see my people from Lagelu, they are with me. During my birthday, you will see the wife of some of them greeting me, giving the phone to their children. I don't think I can have it better than that. I don't think I can have it better. That is my biggest achievement in ICAN. You see the children, small children, oh, daddy, we keep ourselves, we bond, we enjoy ourselves. You don't even, in fact, there is no thing like, we don't even know whether we are child accountant or we are family friends. That's why my children are even older, they know my people in ICAN. As a pioneer chairman, when you leave, will your people follow you to where you are going? Will they respect you? Can their children call you? Do you have that kind of bonding? Does a friendship extend beyond ICAN? Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation.
Wow, thank you, and thank you so much, sir. Indeed, that was a masterclass that has been delivered by a master in corporate governance. There was so much insights that was provided in the course of the presentation, and I couldn't help but take notes while the presentation was going on. Some of the key fundamentals that I believe every one of us could take away from the presentation was, number one, that the essence of pioneering a district is such that everything else can hold up later. Let's not forget that the job of a pioneer chairman, there's basically no templates to follow. You are more or less laying the foundation. So while laying that foundation, you must do it with all consciousness, such that when you leave the stage, everything can hold up later. Number two, the job of a pioneer chairman is so cumbersome that there must be an administrative leadership in place that would hold the fort when the chairman is up and about trying to fix structures for the districts. Number three, the job of a pioneer chairman is also one that requires them to spot talents and invest in people. And the final point I would like to rehash here to save our time is that we are to start small, test, and iterate. Start small. Rome was not built in a day. Let us take it one step after the other. Let us test if what we have started is working, and let us iterate the parts that is working. The ones that are not working, we can find a way to retune, fine-tune, and rejig to be sure that we are putting up structures that would outlive and then that will make the district stand the test of time. Once again, council member and coordinator, we say a big thank you for taking time out to deliver that masterclass. thank you, and thank you. So truly, you have laid the foundation for the next segment. And the next segment will go to the panel discussions, where we'll invite distinguished pioneer chairman across the 3 districts to give us their insights into the theme that we're looking at today. And to open the floor with respect to that, I would like to bring forward, we have not heard from Dr. Mrs. Ojukwu yet. So I would like to bring forward Dr. Mrs. Ojukwu, the pioneer chairman of Obio Akpor District Society, all the way from Port Harcourt and River State, to give us an insight into what it is like running a district at Obio Akpor. What are the lessons, what are the pain points, and what are the structures that have been put in place that the other districts can basically get to learn from and see if we can adapt and domesticate. So, Madam Ojukwu, kindly unmute your microphone and you have the stage, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of this wonderful and revered profession and the institute. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, Chioma.
All right, thank you, Doc. Thank you, our wonderful moderator. My name is Dr. Chioma Ojukwu, by the special grace of God, the pioneer chairman of ICAN Obio Akpor and District Society. The way you have been mothering this name, Obio Akpor is the name. We cannot catch you calling it wrong.
Okay.
Capacity, chairman. Capacity.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my dear.
Oh
my God. Please, you push me down now. Oh, my district members. Oh my God. You don't
Professional colleagues. Professional
people should meet all of them. Anchor, meet all of them. Meet all of them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have noticed the right pronunciation, Obio Akpor. So we'll keep it in mind, ma'am. So apologies for pronouncing it the wrong way. So kindly go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, my wonderful members of the Great Institute. I thank everybody for joining us. Please, those that are not muted, kindly help us and mute so that we still have an orderly procession or session. Mine will not be our coordinator. I want to thank him so much. This particular initiative he was the one that advised, even kept on reminding us of this. And I tell you that I have learned a lot. I even said, hi, if I had known this, if I had done this, if we would have, we keep learning every day. This is about leadership. It's not about even Pioneer Institute or a district. No, it's about leadership. So I want to thank you so much. Continuing from where he stopped and adding my voice to the wonderful message I learned today, several things that has been reiterated by the moderator. I want to add that the major thing I even learned is focus. He remained focused in the goal of moving Ibadan district, ICAN Ibadan, from a rented apartment to their own building of a land bought many years ago. That's focus. Anytime talking about the lion that kept on devouring every other thing that passes, he was distracted. He's always distracted. No, we are not distracted if you are focused. And I also learned, I got consoled by so many things he said. People who want to distract you, want to keep on making you to talk, getting you frustrated. No, remain focused. And this has been my word for a long time. Being focused, so far as you know that goal, under your goal, and a sustainable goal for that matter, and being honest in what you want to achieve. From the day we got this call to start ICAN Obio Akpor District Society, truly, I never rest. But is it not that you are not resting? You are giving back to the society what you wouldn't have done if you was in Port Harcourt, and my Port Harcourt has been just to do my grammar, follow them, act, do AAC, win one cup, come back. I have never participated in any ESCO in my Port Harcourt and district. Not because I didn't want to. It was because we are wired to do different things. But God brought this opportunity. After thinking about it, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, ma, we can hear you, ma. We can hear you.
After thinking about it, getting approval from family, head and
We have lost him. In English, he said, "Can you hear me?" We now lost him. Maybe nobody can say,
Okay.
"Can we hear you again?" Okay.
network. I'm back.
Okay. You are back, ma. You're welcome, ma.
Yes, we are back now.
Okay, sorry. I want to thank our coordinator, district coordinator, Sir Adedeji, for being there from day one. From the first call I received, it was from his phone that I spoke with the president. Ifako-Ijaiye, they are giving us support. And these my wonderful sisters, Lagelu, honestly, it was Lagelu's brochure, inauguration brochure that I used as my own template. Madam, thank you so much. It was even your letter of formation that I also used. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sister.
Your brochure was so wonderful. I said, you became my own. I will not lie to you. Because you came before ours. Yours came before ours. But your brochure, I had access to it. I even also had to call somebody from Oluyole to Boye. So they were also giving me how their formations. I want to thank everybody, all the pioneers. Mrs. Florence, Ifako-Ijaiye, Chief Adedeji and Chief Alaribe, they keep Adedeji and Chief Alaribe, they keep talking about Ifako-Ijaiye, talking about Lagelu.
Now you are murdering our own name too. You are murdering it. Ifako-Ijaiye. Thank you, man.
I'm sincerely sorry. See the beauty of culture, beauty of being from different tribes, all of us, we can't get it right. So we keep on accommodating ourselves to the best of our abilities. Thank you. I'm sincerely sorry. But my own is that if he catches you, your own, you don't enter one chance. You know, it's our 001, you know, their local government, in case you are not informed. So, so I want to thank everybody, and being focused was where I stopped. We need to be focused as leaders, pioneer chairmen, and I know that some of us even want to say after 31st we will rest. But this motivation today, honestly, means that we should also take care of, nurture our baby. Not that you be involved in the chairman, leave the chairman, the incoming chairman, to do his thing. We will all leave them to do their thing. But issue is that in case of advisory, you always be there. In case of financial support, in case of availability, participation, doing the things he has been known to be doing to gather these people from zero till we have about 112. How many? We are not many here because we have several districts also created. One more district created. ICAN District Society. I also want to thank my pioneer chairman, Ambassador Silas, here too in Port Harcourt. I can see the secretary. She joined us, Victoria. Ma, thank you for joining us. Can see several of our members. Thank you, all the pioneer chairmen from the Southern Zona. Thank you so much. I kept sharing it. God bless you. And I just want to add one thing. We need to be patient, as our leader has told us, and remain focused. We should always keep our eyes on the ball. You have 1 year, the incoming chairman, you have 1 year. And our district coordinators, Adedeji, our revered council member, he has told us that we are supposed to even be using the 1 year as vice chairman to be planning for the new district. Because our own, we are almost done. My own advice is how to sustain the sustainability of carrying these members along also. Emotional intelligence, patience, keeping eyes on the ball, on the goals of the institute. Some things you can even compromise. Sometimes if something like you just calm down and say, okay, let everybody be happy. Because we are formed for the benefit of members. That's number one. Every member, gathering them from wherever they are, making them happy, keeping them, because it's like a social gathering as well as a professional gathering. The conviviality It's not supposed to be a tense atmosphere. As you are achieving the goals of the institute, be carrying the members in that locality, that geographical area along and making them feel relieved when they come to the platform. Don't hit up the platform. Don't make everywhere look as if there is a problem. Nigeria is even filled with a lot of problems. Personally, my goal is just to create joy. Let's just be happy. We have problems in the house. If you think about your 5 children, 20 children, 2 children, or even you are even looking for a child, you won't be happy when you come outside. You drop them. Come to see it as a social place. See those people as your brothers and sisters. Relationship, collaborate, partner. That is the focus of leadership. Is not an easy task. They will fight you. They will tell you anything. Be focused. About getting district secretariat and all that. If you are starting small, I believe we are still digital district. I'm also looking. I heard that Lagelu has bought a property. Imagine in 1 year, how did she do it? Only God knows. Only God can tell. But she did it. Well done, ma. You did it. Your inauguration, you raised a lot of money. Well done. All of us, we are following you small. Ifako-Ijaiye, and we are also following all of you. So please, distinguished guests, dear members of the Institute, we should always be focused on what we want to achieve. I will stop at this so that I won't dilute what the main speaker has said. I'm not the one talking today. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ojukwu, all the way from Obio Akpor and District Societies. The message,
yes, you got it. You got it well. You got it well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The message from Dr. Chioma is focus, tunnel vision, patience, and collaboration. I repeat, focus, patience, tunnel vision, and collaboration. With all of this coming together, it will be a wonderful structure for any thriving district to hold up after the pioneering season, and of course, pivots into the future using that. So once again, Dr. Mrs., we appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much.
My name is Dr. Prince Oyebade Oyedepo. I would like to add my voice to that of Mr. Adedeji. When the time comes, I would like to say 1 or 2 things to advise, the leaders, who are on this program. I don't know whether I can say it now or defy it to.
I think it's better you say it, sir, since
Okay,
you have started.
Thank you very much. Let me congratulate Mr. Biodun Adedeji for that wonderful paper. We need more of you on the Council of ICAN. And if Nigeria can have very many of you, honestly speaking, this country will move forward, in the right direction. So I want to congratulate you for that well thought out paper. My suggestions will be as follows. Taking a cue from what Mr. Adedeji said, always, whenever you are having your programs, you must learn how to observe protocol. That one is very key. If you don't know how to observe protocol, there are certain people that will not be attending your meetings or attending your programs. And that's why you see it in ICAN, they observe protocol a lot. In the public sector, they observe protocol a lot. Somebody like Mr. Adedeji can thrive effectively in the public sector because they don't joke with protocol in the public sector. So please learn how to observe protocol. Then, when you identify your leaders, know how to extend gratitude to them. In the course of the presentation of the Adedeji, you can hear him mentioning Prince Oyedepo. That's one of the ways. Identify with them during their birthdays, when they are doing ceremonies. And with that, they will always give you,
Mommy is not there.
Reasonable advice for your administration to move forward from time to time.
Food.
Then, when opportunity comes,
No water. Is there no water?
know how to put
No water.
your credible people forward, for position of authority. I'll give you a simple instance. When the Oyo State government was about to set up Oyo State Anti-Corruption Agency, they called Mr. Adedeji. That was during his tenure. They said if you recommend 2 people to serve on that board, they will pick one among them. He didn't put, any other person other than myself and Mr. And the King Solomon Adeleke. And when they looked at our profile, for that position, and another one for another position. That of anti-corruption agency, I was one the government gave that appointment to. If he has not recommended us, if he had recommended some junior people, they may not have considered them. They may have considered, people from Anna. And that is one good thing ICAN does. Also, you see the likes of the past president Ijaiye, you see the likes of the Lisa, the person that Omokemi, serving on the board of the federal government because they were recommended by the institution. So you can have opportunities like that. Put in your very best for service in such a way that ICAN will not be the loser at the end of the day. Then don't have too many, people you are following part time. Identify maybe 2 or 3 you can defer to and stick to them. If you are having about 10, 20 people, you may end up, not being able to have cogent advice per time. So just identify about 2 or 3 people and listen to their words of advice at any given period of time. Then be committed and loyal to ICAN. I said it about a few days ago when we were doing the launching of the Magnet Journal produced by MFP Global Service. And I cited the instance of Mr. Adedeji. 2018, when we were to take up, the challenge of defending the professional rights of chartered accountants, Mr. Adedeji has no, cause being a claimant because he was never into tax practice and is not intending to go into tax practice. But he called me and said, Oga, I want to be a claimant. And he's the only one under people not in practice there as a claimant. Why? Because of sincerity and commitment to ICAN. Some of you that are transiting now, don't say because you are no longer the chairman of a district society, you go and team up with another professional body to fight ICAN. Be committed to ICAN. ICAN made almost every one of us. So, and those people coming on board also should be committed to ICAN. Then, last but not the least, if you are given opportunity as the leaders to identify people to serve in executive committee, don't recommend people of questionable character. Those people may eventually become, chairman of the district to destroy what you have labored to build. God forbid. So, credible people, good character, good background, good pedigree to serve in the offices. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I want to encourage you, if you have not done so, this program should be uploaded on YouTube channels. I won't mind to have a copy of it to also upload, on the YouTube.
All right. So I also want to use this opportunity to recognize one of our revered past chairman that is present on this call, Alhaji Jayola AJ Silicon. You're welcome, sir. And Prince Oyedepo, you're welcome, sir. I would like to start with, I have 15 slides, but I would speak to the slides. I won't read the slides because you have reviewed my time downwards, but it's okay. So what I'm going to cover in the next 7 minutes is story about Ifako-Ijaiye, how it came about, and then the governance matter of the district. There are 5 pillars that are lessons for Ifako-Ijaiye and other districts that would learn from that, and a case study using Ifako-Ijaiye. Then members' value and sustainability, then call to action. So the roadmap of sustaining a district, especially a new district, is number 1, inception. The phase 1 is inception, which is the establishment of the pioneer ESCO and the administrative framework. Then number 2 is the growth by expanding membership base and launching of technical sessions. Number 3 is impact. Are you able to impact your people, your community, the secretarial development, and the Catch Them Young programs? And then phase 4 is the legacy program that you have, put on ground. Seamless succession plan as well, and to make the district stable. So I'll start with the Ifako-Ijaiye story, and I hope this time will be enough for me. Our convener, our visionary, Mr. Adedeji, mentioned earlier that he doesn't know who is going to write the story of how Ifako-Ijaiye came into being. And I don't think that the time will allow me to do that now. I actually thought I'll be able to bring that up. But this idea came up from the sitting of a Western Zonal Conference that we had in 2025. After that, the idea was conceived by myself and Mr. Adedeji to, start Ifako-Ijaiye as a district. And we were inaugurated. He actually helped me to be able to, bring up Ifako-Ijaiye. All thanks to him. He encouraged me, he mentored me into Ifako-Ijaiye on ground. On May 17, 2025, we had 123 financial members on ground. No account, no letterhead, nothing. Today, we have over 300 financial members. We have an account ready to be audited and published, and we shall be presented at the next coming AGM. This will be followed by our handover. We have a program on ground already. My proudest moment was when my members were right there beside me, even though we did not have enough funds to run the district, but we managed. They were there standing by me, especially my ESCO members. I say thank you to you all. After the inauguration, we quickly organized the retreat, which Mr. Adedeji has already mentioned earlier on. We had a retreat in an hotel where we camped ourselves for 3 days, and there we were able to, with some of our advisors and our patrons, we brought them there, and even we brought in a past registrar of ICAN to be able to teach us the protocols of ICAN, which Prince Adedeji, the Prince just mentioned now that we must know the protocol. So they were there, and we were able to map the way forward, which helped us and helped with the team cohesion of Ifako-Ijaiye. We are during the course of the year, we ensured that we had all our departmental planning. At the retreat, the ESCO members presented each of the department's yearly projects that they have proposed. We sat down and checked and ensured that we take ownership of those programs, and we've mapped the way forward for us to be able to achieve those programs that were highlighted. As pioneer, we achieved complete alignment with ICAN national directives, ensuring that Ifako-Ijaiye District Society stood as a beacon of ethical leadership from day one. And that's when we present, the outcome of these retreats was a robust communication, a robust communique and policy documents, which we brought out from this retreat. We developed our own policy statements, our own policy documents, which we use side by side the district bylaw. We did segregation of duty. So everybody adhered to their duties. Nobody crossed line to another person's duty, so as to prevent any form of disaffection and misunderstanding. We also organize our monthly technical session. We don't miss it. And that way our members are kept up to date with all that is happening around us. And then we also have a structured EXCO meetings too. We have our EXCO meeting as specific periods to make sure that we move the district forward. Then we also don't even joke with our Catch Them Young program. In line with national objectives, we launch an active Catch Them Young program in secondary schools within Ifako-Ijaiye and its environs. This initiative introduced hundreds of students to the accounting profession and strengthen our talent pipeline. So we have a bank of talents in Ifako-Ijaiye. So we also introduced a legacy program, which is called, I'm sure my time is almost over, which is called Community Impact Program. It was introduced recently, and we are able to sponsor about 15 students, to write this ICAN exam that is about to be written. We sponsored them, we paid for their fees, and we are also mentoring them. We are putting them in tutor houses so that we will ensure that they pass the exam. We also ensure that our members are recognized, and sometimes we even ensure to know their names, to know them by their names. The personal touch foster unity, loyalty, and strong sense of belonging within the district. We also won the ICAN Annual Accountants Conference. We won 2 trophies at the Annual Accountants Conference that we had last year. And the impact and legacy within 1 year of inception is that Ifako-Ijaiye has been able to establish a strong governance structure and policy framework. We have been able to build a vibrant and engaged membership base, created visible impact through the Catch Them Young and ICS CIP. We have earned national recognition at the ICAN Annual Conference and also at the zonal level to the Western Zonal Conference. We got an award there as well, and we were recognized. We built a reputation for professionalism and inclusion and excellence. In conclusion, from 17th May 2025 till date, Ifako-Ijaiye has transitioned from inception to impact the foundation laid and serve as a signpost for a greater achievement as we prepare for the investiture of our second chairman, Mr. Olofishawe Philip Alaba, FCA, on the 7th of June 2026. We hope to have moved forward more. So we have a secretariat which I think that is very important. There's a secretariat, it's not ours, but at the point when I was living as the pioneer chairman of, as the chairman of the Lagos State Public Service Chapter, I was able to secure a land for the chapter, and I was able to get a 35 million naira donation from the governor. So that money have been used to start the construction of that land, and we intend to share that secretariat with our chapter, because the Lagos State Public Service Chapter is also our chapter. So we intend to share that building, and we intend to share the cost and support that building by the grace of God, even though we don't have much right now. But I also want to say that the Student Initiative Program that we launched just last month, we have about over 4 million naira in that account right now, even after the payment of the students' fees that we did recently. So I want to say a big thank you. I want to say there is a call to action for the ICAN for all Pioneer Charter. As a Pioneer Chairman of one of these districts, I propose that ICAN Council should make, the institute should make governance boot camp compulsory for all our district ESCOs before inauguration, which should be anchored by successful Pioneer Chairmen. I want to suggest this. I also want to suggest that zonal coordinators be assigned as district mentor from older districts for the first 24 months of a district. Then also our new chairman, let us have this as our charter, that I will hand over a stronger district than I met it. Let us have this behind our mind. And so my closing remark, the foundation we laid today determines the ICAN of 2035. Great districts are not born, they are built deliberately, document by document, accounts by accounts, members by member. Accountants are the gatekeepers of any economy. We must uphold values of integrity and ask the right question. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adeyemo. I hope the 7 minutes will be enough, but I'll try my best to be as brief as possible. I have about 10 slides here, but I'll be very, very brief. Thank you so much. I want to especially appreciate our convener, Mr. Biodun Adedeji, for his delivery. You know, it was very, very insightful. Of course, he said many things that if we have heard that earlier too, would have been better. So thank you very much, sir, for all you do. And that is how he is. Anytime he's talking, he'll keep talking, and then you keep picking and picking and picking from his sentences. So, well, we thank God for you. We thank God for your life. Thank you, sir. And I want to especially acknowledge our past president who is here with us, Alhaji Razak Jayola, FCA, AJ Silicon. Thank you, sir. I know I sent you the flyer this morning. I didn't know you would make out time to join us. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I also want to especially appreciate our elders on the call, our council, other council members, elders, Western Zonal elders, especially Dr. Prince Oyebade Oyedepo, who has given us a word of advice as well. We thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming on board. But I want to start by saying that the first thing that happened when Lagelu and District Society was coming on board and I was made the chairman, because one, I saw it as a privilege. I saw it as God's intervention at that time. And I realized the fact that God used some people to carry out the assignment. I won't fail to mention again Mr. Biodun Adedeji and Dr. Prince Oyebade Oyedepo. Thank you very much for this opportunity you bestowed on me. They believed that I could do it, and here we are. So, and the first thing was to have a focus. The focus blended with determination. Focus blended with determination. And the first thing after that focus and determination was to ensure that we have a legacy, we have a motto, we have a guiding principle for our members and especially the executive members to follow. And that is why we came up with a slogan and a motto of our networking district. And we had the slogan of unite, collaborate, and thrive. I don't ever fail to use those words, because even anytime we are having disagreement, because there's no way you can be in a group that you not have one time or the other disagreement on some issues, I quote the language at the tail end of my conversation: unite, collaborate, and thrive together. Unite in the sense that we have to be one in unity in whatever we do. collaborate, we work together to achieve whatever we have focused on. And then, of course, by so doing, all of us put together will thrive. We are very careful about the welfare of each and every member, and especially the executive members were made to feel among, to feel useful, to feel important, and that was very, very key. We had a benchmark, and that benchmark was to benchmark our mother districts. Our mother district had a lot. They have achieved a lot over many years, 52 years. But the benchmark was that a child must be greater than the mother. That is what we all pray for, that our children should be greater than us. So if we are a child to the mother district, Lagelu must be greater. And if, okay, to be greater, the first thing is to catch up. So in order to catch up, we looked at what is it that they have, what is it that they have been doing over the many years, and what have they been able to achieve. We started by having the committees. And of course, these committees would help us to expand the leadership, identify people that are willing and able to do a lot. And of course, this worked out. We put our members in charge of these offices, the chairmen of committees, and we started them running, gave them the terms of references, and we started them running. Starting from this one group, we allowed them to have their independence, allowed them to do what they wanted to do, allowed them to be free and to explore. And then going further, we had a very good intergovernmental relation in the sense that we intentionally mingled with the government offices. And that was a very big focus because we know that we'll be able to achieve a lot by so doing. And then the Intergovernmental Committee was working. And one good thing is that we do is we don't ever leave the committees alone. We were always there, working with them, checking up on them, advising advising them to push forward, and so on and so forth. And so that brought us to many government corridors. Somebody was asking me recently, I don't know these people. How come? I said, I didn't know them too before I came to office. I got to know them when I came to office because I decided to start knocking on their doors and be persistent with what I wanted. And that was it. So, and we were able to achieve a lot through that. We had empowerment committee to empower our members, especially those that are less, that are not well employed, and those that are actually looking for jobs. The empowerment committee carried out a lot of trainings, practical trainings, helping them to know that even as a chartered accountant, you don't even need to look for jobs. You can do your consultancies, you can work and train to be the auditors, and so on and so forth. So that went well. It was a huge success. Again, we went for that insurance. We established an insurance relationship with an insurance company. Many of our members keyed into it. We know we have an insurance with the institute, yes, but it can never be too many. So it can never be too much as well. So we decided, okay, alongside with the institute's provision, let us have a local one. And that also came into being. It is working and flying. Furthermore, we decided to go on a cooperative journey. Let our members cultivate the habit of saving and loaning money. So that too was well established. Our cooperative society is running in millions now. Even the district will be a member because they have been so made to be independent. They do not rely on the district, and the district is not relying on them. They are only bearing the name of the district. So even the district can say, loan us money, we pay back so time. So that is as good as how it is. Furthermore, we have ventures. This ventures committee is very, very key to me. I see it as a new idea. whereby we collaborate with businesses. It doesn't have to be in training, it could be in any form. For them to, we partner to carry out certain businesses, and we do profit sharing at the end of the day. And that is also running. We have started it. And then we have advocacy to enlarge our publicity. Advocacy. They were meant to go to the televisions and radios and to broadcast, talk to people, talk to members, train, and give talks generally, both on TV and radios. We've done that severally. I cannot even count right now the numbers we have done, properly headed by one of our female members, female executive member, and it is perfect. So that also gave us a large audience. So also, of course, this one, you will agree with me that our technical team is top notch. So technical team with many webinars, many trainings were done that were very impactful. And all of them, like was said earlier, were uploaded on our YouTube. We have Instagram, we have Facebook. So if you check Instagram, you check the YouTube, you get all our technical trainings there. So at your leisure, just play around and go on your system, click on Lagelu YouTube, and you just get yourself relaxed at the same time, learning something new amongst all the ones we have done. And we are not stopping. It's already well established and it's moving on. So also, I want to reiterate about the publicity, the website. We have a website, online library mounted on our website. We have e-payment platform whereby you do not even have to transfer through bank account and stuff like that and getting receipts. So we have the e-payment platform with all these payment gateways established, and that is also a plus to what we have done. Our membership, we started with 80 during inauguration, and we have ended with 269. That's about, and we had a plan, we had a focus of 300 before the end of the administration. So having 269 over 300, I just calculated and discovered that it's about 90%. It's actually 89.66666. So approximately 90% of what the focus was. I think it's a pass. So 269 members. I'm very glad to tell you that Lagelu members is a blended crop of young chartered accountants, middle-aged chartered accountants, and the elders. We do not toy with our elders. We have blended all categories together, and we have very well-meaning individuals in Lagelu and District Society. It's not by choice or by what design, by God's design. Let me just take it that way, because it's one thing I'm always proud of. Oh, my Lagelu members, no, they are top-notch people. So that is that. And I'm trying to rush. That's why I need to. And then, okay, that the of it is when we came up with the building. How did it happen? We deprived of ourselves, because I said all these other ones that I've mentioned earlier were achieved, they were running at our mother district. They also have a building. So why should we not have a building too? We can achieve it within a very short time. I said it at the inauguration, and I said it at our dinner. Many people thought it's a Herculean task. They're like, okay, let's see how you're going to do it. It's a Herculean task, yes, but God did it. So at the end of the day, the focal plan, so we're going to have a building, but I ensure that we deprived ourselves of an office. We did not bother to rent an office throughout, because the moment we rent our office, I knew we are going to relax and we spend money renting an office, furnish it to our taste, and at the end of the day, we relax. Oh, after all, we have somewhere we are using. But since there's no office, it's like somebody who has no roof over his head. The next thing is to look for a roof. So we are in the rain. Thank God for the General Secretary, Dr. Oyedepo, who volunteered his office for our ESCO meetings. And the physical meetings, the general meetings, we have 2 virtuals and 1 physical. The physicals will be taken from one organization who volunteers to the other, while the virtual, of course, will be held virtually. And that is how we have been rolling until we got it. So from the word go, the target was we need big money to achieve a building. We don't want to start building from the scratch, we want to buy. So we needed big money. So what we planned was that even at inauguration, we ensure that, okay, whatever we make as in form of donations during inauguration, then we must not spend everything. We must not eat with our 10 fingers. So I keep telling my members that, my ESCO members that, come, you cannot bring a quotation that will overshadow our expectation. So we must make a gain. So, and that is what we did. At the very inauguration, we had a surplus of 10 million naira after all expenditure. We had a very sumptuous inauguration. Yes, we spent a lot of money, but we kept 10 million naira. We were so prudent about it. And that 10 million naira was what we used. We invested the money in a fixed, treasury. So we were recouping the interest every three months. In fact, it became part of the revenue we used to run the district, apart from the subscriptions, because the institute were not due for subvention from the institute. So, and that was it. So after that, time was going. I was like, okay, what are we going to do now? Time is going, and we need to raise more money. We already identified some buildings. The buildings were costing like 45-50 million. So we need to raise more money. So the next thing is, what is the next agenda? I said, okay, let's do a dinner. When we do dinner, it is not just to go and eat and drink. Yes, everybody coming around with, okay, we want to give awards, we want to eat, we want to drink. Yes. But at the same time, the focal point was we need extra surplus money on top of the dinner. We spent about 8 million naira for the dinner, and at the end of the day, we recouped over 30 million naira. And that was the hit. After that, even the building we identified at first was not even suitable enough anymore. So we identified another one, which we soon after paid for. Thank God for, all thanks to our elders. They'll be supportive. The counselor, the convener, Mr. Adedeji, our elders were there all along. Let me just show you, because I'm not following my slides. But I can show you pictures of, this is how we do our meetings, and pictures of how we reckon with our patrons. We have blends of them, patrons, and this is the building. This is when our elders followed us to sign the documents for the district. And this is our district. If you can see my slide, this is what we got. We are already in the process of, we are trying to renovate, minor renovations, not major at all. And this is what we're going to have at the end of the day. But the building is there. Even if we want to start using it, but we have standard in ICAN. If we want to start using it, we can start using it. No, but we want something tasty, something nice for it to be commissioned. So these are the things we achieved over the period. Much more, because we cannot, I would like to especially mention the names of our grand patron, Chief Adedeji FCA, who supported its dream, with our patrons, Mr. Pa Lucas Omoshebi. We have our fathers in the house, Dr. Prince Oyebade Oyedepo. We have Dr. Reverend Folake Shaba FCA. We have Elder Marcus Akobi and Pa Elijoba. Everybody, they were all hands were on deck. Everybody supported, everybody donated. And then I won't fail to mention Bikatili. That is where the vice chairman works. I have the best vice chairman ever, Mr. Patterson Aremudigo. I want you to work with you, or you work with me anywhere in future, because he's the best guy, the best vice chairman I can ever have. So thank you very much, everybody. This is just a few of all I can explain. There's much more I need to talk about, but let me just Let me just stop here because of the time. I don't want the system to stop on us. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for the support and the opportunity to serve.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. It's been a catalog of one successful initiative and achievement over the other. And once again, on behalf of everyone on this platform, I want to congratulate you on the successful feat of acquiring a building for the district within a record time.
Sorry, I don't want to fail to mention this, that we have a very large expanse of land coming very soon. It's already in the process and the pipeline. The documents are already moving from one table to the other at Ile Igbon in Ibadan here. That is also coming.
All right, ma. All right, ma. Well, once again, we must appreciate your leadership and everything that has gone into the success that has been recorded under your chairmanship. We're hoping that going into the future, to look back at your tenure and point fingers and say that it was during this season that the foundation was laid, and this is what gave us the fulcrum to launch into the future. Once again, we say thank you, ma. And I hope that maybe when ICAN needs fundraisers, maybe you will be called upon so that I can raise money for our noble institutes and we can have enough to execute projects across board. Thank you so much, ma. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on now. The time is fast spent. At this point, we'd like to take a couple of questions and answers. If we have questions, if we have comments to make, everyone will be given 30 seconds and nothing more. So if you have anything to share with us, kindly signify by raising up your hand and we will call upon you to take the microphone. While that is ongoing, I'd like to recognize the presence of Mr. Silas Igwe, the chairman of Transformative and District Society of ICAN. Thank you so much for joining us. We are grateful for your time. Do we have any questions, any contributions, whatever that it is that we have in mind that we'd like to share on the lead paper and the panel discussions that has just been rolled out to us? Do we have anything? Next on the line is our closing remarks and vote of thanks. If we have anything to share, kindly signify by raising up your hand and we'll call upon you to have the microphone. I can't see any hands. I'll wait for another 30 seconds, after which I would call on Dr. Chioma to give us the vote of thanks. Okay, we have a hand up. Mr. Babalola, you have 30 seconds, sir.
Okay, I just want to appreciate the presentation so far and also ask, how do we manage the teaching problem of finances at the onset? Definitely, finance is one of the major factors. It's like a teaching problem. How do we manage and handle it so that it will not scatter the pioneer team?
Thank you so much for that question. Any other question? I'll call on the coordinator of these three districts, our lead paper presenter, Mr. Biodun Adedeji, to respond to that question. While the question is ongoing, if you also wish to ask any question, kindly raise up your hand. If we cannot find any hands up, then it means the meeting has come to a close. We'll call on Dr. Chioma to give us a vote of thanks. So to respond to that question, how do we solve the teething problem of financing at the boarding stage? I would like to invite Mr. Biodun Adedeji to address that question. Thank you.
All right, I'm looking at, why don't we allow everybody to ask all the questions so that we can collate all the questions, then from there we move on.
Okay, there were no hands up initially, but now I've seen more hands. Okay,
so let's ask the question. The funding, we may have one or two that we ask the same question.
All right, sir.
So,
also, I can see the hands of Mr. Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel, kindly unmute your microphone and ask your question, sir.
Mine is not a question.
Okay.
Is to appreciate and commend our chairmen. They have been performing excellently well. In those days, ICAN members are seen as professionals who crunch figures. We have gone a long way. We're moving forward. And the tempo is very, very exciting. The achievement in corporate governance, in achieving results, in raising funds, in creating wealth, in being embodiment of progress and gatekeepers of wealth creation. Name them. ICAN members are performing. I commend you all. Let us sustain it. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to call on Mr. Gabriel Success to have the microphone, sir. Kindly unmute your microphone and speak, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Success. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
My own is just a direct question, and I'm very happy that our coordinator is also on the call. I want to know, does the ELECO, this is on succession planning now, does the ELECO have a right to override a specific provision stated by the bylaw for whatever reason? That's just my question.
Please take the question again, sir.
I said, does an electoral committee have the power to override a provision that is specifically stated in the bylaw for the district societies?
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Your question has been noted. No more hands. I'd like to invite Mr. Biodun and Adedeji to take the microphone and answer those two questions.
I'm coming now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Let me start from the last person who asked about the bylaw and the policy of each district. Whether electoral of the district can override the district bylaw. Everybody? I want you to listen to me very well, though, because I don't want a situation where after we leave this place, you go back to your district and said, our policy cannot override electoral law. The answer is this. The policy of each district cannot, I repeat, cannot override the district bylaw. Rather, it complements the district bylaw and it strengthens the district bylaw. And I'll give you an example. And that is why you, the panel chairman, you must understand the district bylaw very well, word for word. Of course, it's going through amendment now. And I'm very sure the district bylaw will soon be amended. But the one we have is what we can make use of. Let me give you an example. In the district bylaw, the cleared one is that once you become the vice chairman, automatically If you have attended 75% of the meeting of the district, if you are financial in both your district and the national. And number 3, you are in good standing of your MCPD of about 120 credit. Nothing stops your chairmanship. Are you clear? So, that is true. But the district policy can go further and say, okay, in our own district, we want to have our election once in 3 years. And once in that 3 years, when you join this year, your next election will be the next 3 years. And for you to be able to qualify for that election, there will be rules. 1, you must chair a committee. That's a rule. You can't see that one in the bylaw. 2, your committee, the membership of your committee must be 75%, 75% of your member of your committee must be financial to the district and the national. Because if you're a chairman of a committee of a district and you didn't call a meeting of your committee, there's no way your membership of your committee will be active. And once they are not active, probability that 50% of them will not be financial. And when the election comes, you now go and say you want to pick up a vice chairman form. They will tell you, yes, you can pick up. Nobody says you cannot pick up. But our policy says, in addition to the bylaw, which committee did you hold last year? I hold social committee. How many times did you meet? We met 3 times. Where are your minutes? You show them the minutes. How many members do you have in your minutes? We have 20 members. Out of the 20 members, how many are financial? I have 15. They will take it for you. But, so another person pick a form it's free under the bylaw. They look at your MCPE, you are not up to 120. They look at your financial. You're only financial to the district, and not financial to the national. They look at your now. You have already failed. Or they look at your financial. You are financial to district and the national. They look at your attendance. Yes, 75%. They also take it. Okay, at the district level, the bylaw says you must be an active member of the district. The bylaw does not go beyond that. The district has the power to now define what constitutes of being an active member. 1, you're a member of a social publicity committee, and they ask you, yeah, how many times did you meet? You say you don't have the time to meet them. Or you met only once throughout the chairmanship year. Because you are not meeting, that committee cannot be active. And once the committee is not active, it means you have contributed failure to the chairmanship year. Then you now want to come and pick vice chairman for. If you become chairman, you are going to mess up the district. So the policy, they can say, oh, Mr. Man, we are not going to give you. Because 1, you are not an active member in line with the bylaw. And you cannot say why. Let's go to our policy. Our policy has defined being active as number 1, chairman of a committee or membership of a committee. 2, 75% attendance in all committee meetings. 3, 75% financial of all your committee members. Because if you are I have a man here, Mr. Ojukwu in Lagelu. He's one of the best committee chairman we had in Lagelu. Best. In terms of coordination, in terms of getting all our committee members are financial. They are holding meetings, and that's why we have one of the best technical sessions. You don't need to call him. You don't need to call him. He knows what to do. But many of you, you don't participate. They will call you, they will not see you. Yesterday, I was at a meeting of one of the newly established districts. They invited me to come and be part of the meeting. The chairman and their patron, they were complaining. They called a meeting. Only 3 people were there. And one of them wanted to say, I have to come as vice chairman.
Okay, now.
That is why the issue of bylaw
It's
there.
sacrosanct.
It's sacrosanct. The district policy is to strengthen the bylaw. And it must be respected. As long as that district bylaw is passed by the entire house of the district, that we agree for this policy and we have approved the AGM. Oh,
thank you, sir.
Must not be in violation of the bylaw. They must be in to strengthen it. Where the word active is not clear, make it clear. You can also decide, and let me run it like that. You can also decide that, okay, once you enter our district as official, you will be on promotion, just like Ibadan chieftaincy. You'll be on promotion maybe from as official, like they do that in Ikeja. Once you become secretary in Ikeja, you are on the road to become the vice chairman.
Okay.
That is in Ikeja. And they've not violated the bylaw. But before you can become the secretary, you can enter as official. The next 3 years election, you may lose your seat. Because you will pick the form, then the past chairman will meet you, you face panel. They will ask you, what is your contribution to this district? During the webinar, how many did you attend? How many people have you brought? What is their contribution? When they were doing dinner, how many people did you bring? You don't do that thing, and you want to pick a form to be the vice chairman or to be the secretary. Nobody will accept you. If you like, go to another district. It's only the district that has no governance that we take you. And that is why those districts will not grow. On funding, I hope I answered your question.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's
Yes,
okay,
sir. Very explicit, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Now, on funding, your location, there is no place or no location that we have our district society that you don't have people you can approach. The property purchased by Lagelu was about 50 million in Ibadan. The same property in Lagos, in that location, cannot be less than 300 million. What does it mean? If Ifako-Ijaiye want to have that kind of property, they cannot use the same model that Lagelu used. I said it in my slide. Your location determines the kind of people you are going to attract. Let me give an example. Oba District. They have institutions there. And is the hub of borders. All the security agencies are there. Alaba Market is there. If we want to do our dinner, I want to do anything, immigration is there, custom is there. I may use capacity building to attract funding. All the commanders of Nigeria Immigration Service, Nigeria Customs Service, Nigerian Quarantine Services, Nigerian Army is there, Nigerian Navy is in Badagry. It's only Air Force that is not around that corridor. We have Nigerian French Village there, Topo Badagry. We have so many institutions in that place. These are our friends. If you know how much we generated from institutions of higher learning and research, you know, Ibadan is the hub of research institute. Ibadan Jos, and probably Ibadan Jos, and probably Zaria, Kaduna. Those are the hub of research institutes. So it is the location of your district that will determine the kind of friend you are going to attract. But due to our laziness and lack of creativity, only one person, the person that Ifako-Ijaiye write is the person that Lagelu will write. I'm giving you an example. I'm not saying that's what they do. Is the one council member will be receiving not less than 50 letters for the investiture. And you know, this council member, they don't collect salary. In fact, let me shock you. Let me shock you. The small city allowance they give to you as members, what we receive, if any. And there are some council members who decided to donate their own to ICAN Benevolent Fund. So, but still, this will be writing letter to one person. You don't want to disappoint them. Have to do your budget. Maybe you do 50,000. If they are 50. Now we have about 80-something districts. If at least a council member 50 letters, 2.5 million. Then if you get 50,000, what will the 50,000 do for you? In fact, the one I've received so far, I've received about 12 now from different districts. Some you cannot even give less than 100,000. And all this money cannot take you to do a laudable project. So what do? You have to think outside ICAN members. That is only when you can make enough money. You have to think outside ICAN member. You have to think outside past chairmen. You will get from them, but their own is what you use to print brochure, not to build house or to buy houses. Not to build house, not to. And secondly, is that when you are recruiting members, try to recruit members who has 1 or 2 affiliations with institutions. Institutions may be a public sector, it may also be a private sector. But if you limit your funding to, because if your district is outside state capital, there's nothing you can do. You can't compete with the districts who are in state capital. But your location, I've mentioned Oba. Now, let's also mention Kaduna district. Or let's mention Onisha. Or let's mention Aba. Each of these districts has a location. And if you go out the way you should go out, you are not only promoting yourself, you are promoting ICAN brand. That is the reason why these societies are formed. And when you promote ICAN brand, you are also promoting yourself. And when you promote yourself, there is no way you can get stuck in life. So before I end which I will end now, let me also welcome our referred leader and father, our past president, Dr. Asakjayo FCA. I didn't know that he's on this platform. And I cannot, and all other leaders who are here, which my assets cannot allow me to see them. I recognize all of you, sir. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you so much, sir. Before you go, sir, I can see the hand of Mr. Lukman Ajibola. Kindly unmute the microphone and let's have a word, sir.
Thank you so very much. I'm very grateful for the honor done to me to speak on this program. It's a very elucidating program. I want to humbly recognize the presence of eminent personalities on this platform. I don't want to waste your time by going into protocol, but I want to acknowledge our refer past president, Baba A.J. Silicon, Abawa Trembusa, and our able council member and mentor, Mr. Biodun and Adedeji, Prince Oyedepo. We appreciate you all for all you have been doing. And I want to put on record the sterling role being played by our past presidents and mentors. They are trying. And it's up to us, those who are following, to key into their advice. Seriously speaking, if we key into their advice, it will be the benefit of everyone. And I must put on record what Mr. Adedeji did for me during my investiture. And all his advice, was very, very profound. And one of the results of that retreat was the popular FOIA program we have in Oba now. It was during my year that we inaugurated it. And Mr. Adedeji, engineered it with his suggestion then. And what was the suggestion? Say, you must have a program that projects you, that projects your district, that exposes you. And that program, I can tell you, has really helped the district so much. In fact, we get adverts and sponsorship on that program now. So I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Adedeji, for all you have been doing. And I want to enjoy my colleagues on this call to hearken to all the advices and suggestions he has given. Thank you, and God bless. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Mrs. Abeni Malomo.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to be on this program because I've actually been looking forward to
Madam, we can't hear you.
to be part of it and hear people.
Okay, yes, you are.
Okay, I want to thank our past president, our daddy, Oladipo Ola, the past zonal chairmen that are on call, past zonal executive, our revered council member, who I want to believe is the initiator of this program, Mr. Adedeji. Thank you very much for coming up with this idea. And I want to believe that all the people that are on this call have gained one experience or the other to help them in their journey as they become district leaders. I know it's not an easy task to build a foundation, and I want to enjoin them to always be part of that foundation building that they have laid it. They should continue to be part of it. They should not let it die. And I want to also propose to our council member that boot camp, suggested by the Ifako-Ijaiye chairman. I think is worth looking into, and probably it can be suggested to the council because it's really going to help future districts that will come on board. Thank you very much, and thank you for this opportunity. I wish us well and happy Workers' Day.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Abeni Malomo is the past chairman of ICAN District Society, and she was the chairman of the Western Zonal Accountants Conference, ICAJA 2025. Thank you so much for joining us today. Also in the call, we had the chairman of ICAN Oyo and District Society, Dr. William Amao. He was with us initially. I don't think he's here anymore. And to all the other past chairmen and revered distinguished professionals who have been around with us, we say a big thank you for joining us. So we are wrapping up on the question and answer session. All good things must come to an end. I'm sure you would agree with me that truly it has been a transformative program. At this juncture, I'd like to bring forward Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ojukwu,